All systems go. Clear for liftoff.
What is going on, SHIPIT Nation YouTube station? We're back with another edition of the MLB show. It's me, it's your boy Ham. I got my guy Gyiraszin filling in for Nades, who Nades always seems to be partying. Gyiraszin can't do any shows anymore. But what's going on, man? How was your week? How was last weekend with the boys? What's been going on, man?
Oh, not too bad. Yeah, I mean, Nades is living it up a little bit. I don't blame him. He's young. He can do that kind of stuff, Ham. But you know, I don't mind filling in. I'm out in my RV, out in my campground. I've been out here basically all week getting ready for the Labor Day weekend festivities. So got a group of us out here. We're having some fun playing some bags, drinking a couple here and there, having some safety meetings, having a good time. But, yeah, it was fun when everybody came in. It would have been pretty fun to hang out if you got too bad you couldn't join us on Friday night. They had a pretty cool little bar. We had some bowling. We had some fun, and then you smacked that big old parlay, you and Nades, and he wasn't even paying attention when Caminero hit his home run. I was the one that got to break the lucky news to him, and he looked at me like I was, crazy, and I was like, dude, he's rounding second, dude. So, yeah, it was a pretty good time. It's always fun hanging out with everybody, but, now here they're saying, oh, we're going to come back next year for the live event. I'm like, dude, it's in my yard. Can't we go somewhere else? Yeah. But
Gyiraszin, good time. Yeah, no, I heard it was awesome. I heard the event was awesome. And yeah, I mean, we're not a betting site, but yeah, me and Rio put a 4-gamer together. So no, you got a lot to live up to, Gyiraszin. You got to get 2 home runs today at the end of the show. But tons of people made a bunch of money last Friday. Hopefully some people in the chat did as well. But hey, using the content, using the tools over here, I'm showing the stone right now. That's where I get a majority of my home run calls. So, hey, maybe we can put some more together and get the people 4 more and make some more money again this weekend. That's the name of the game.
Yep, good times. But see a lot of familiar faces. I got to give old Jake some shit. I mean, don't give me some, shit that, what's behind me, back here. I think, Jake, everybody's in here. What's behind you? Blah, blah, blah. That would be, Ross is the one. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Jake.
yeah, Ross.
Ross is giving me crap. Hey. Number 1 recruit 2 years in a row. Little Bryce Underwood. We got the number 1 recruit next year. It was a running back hitter. So I mean, hey, good things going on over here in Michigan. And of course, they wanted the hammer to come down, Ham. About the national championship. I mean, dude, it's literally scouting. And like the fact that what blows my mind to the whole thing, Nades, is like if you feel somebody's stealing your signs, fucking change them. Like, what the hell, man? Like, come on. Like, what are we talking about here? That's some petty crap. I mean, it's just hilarious to me that they actually got on that. It was just like the NCAA just wanted Harbaugh out because he's the one that told them all they should start getting paid, and he's the one that busted out the NIL and the one pushing get them get paid. So, yeah, big old season coming up to Ham. I'm excited.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Bryce Underwood.
Too. Yeah, I mean, all kinds of fun stuff coming up. I'm excited for some NFL. I mean, dude, Micah Parsons getting traded over to the Packers here last minute. I mean, that's the Lions' hometown division. So, that made that whole thing interesting because, I mean, not only for this year, I feel like the Packers are pushing the chips in the center of the table. They're going for it because after that, dude, they ain't going to be able to sign anybody because Parsons going to suck up half their damn salary cap, basically. So, yeah, that's going to be interesting. But if the Packers don't get it done here, I think they're going to be handicapped here in the next few years because of that salary cap. But, man, good times. I can't wait.
Well, they're handicapped because number 10 is behind the center, and he's not a championship caliber quarterback.
I'll agree with you on that.
Yeah. And, yeah, what's your take? Like, I'm team Dallas in that trade. Like, you know how many good players you can get for $48 million? I think a lot. So I don't hate the trade. Personally, I know a lot of people do. I know Micah Parsons is a great player, but I think you're going to get 2 first-rounders, and you can sign a bunch of good players for $48 million. What's your take on the trade? And then we'll get into some baseball.
I mean, hey, it's a big trade, obviously. I mean, it's a big piece moving, but I mean, we'll have to see if it plays out. It could work out for both teams, actually. It doesn't have to always be just one-sided team. I mean, the Packers could, Parsons got to stay healthy, though. If that dude can't stay on the field and he's eating that much of your salary cap, that's going to definitely hurt. But, I mean, hey, we'll see. I mean, good times. I mean, good for we'll see that Alabama, that Parsons, we'll see that Alabama boy, what he's going to do when he's got to go up there in that cold-ass December out there in Lambeau. Nah, I wouldn't want to be doing that, Ham, especially if you're a Southern boy. I mean, that's going to be that's going to wake you up real quick.
Yeah. And Sean, yeah, I mean, we've seen what happens when 80-year-olds are running things, and Jerry's just as bad as the next one. I mean, he's not the brightest tool in the shed anymore, but I think it's a good trade for Dallas. Yeah,
we'll have to relive this one here about halfway through the year and see, because like I said, if Parsons gets hurt, man, that's such a huge. I mean, that just literally would take the Packers. It's just too big of a blow.
Yep. All right. Well, enough football. We love football. We're excited for college tomorrow. Got the world champs in 6 days. Looking forward to that. Speaking of Dallas, they'll be on the first game as well. Our guys Hoop, Tambo, and Title, they'll be breaking all that down. So yeah, let's get into this baseball slate. It's a 12-game slate. My favorite pitcher on the slate is Paul Skeens. You talked about the weather in Boston. We'll get into that. There is some weather in Boston. We have Paul Skeens, obviously, in Boston, and then we have the kid making his major league debut. Peyton Toll making his MLB debut. So make sure you're paying attention to that. You alluded to a little bit of weather in Colorado. Obviously, we got the Cubbies there, so the biggest bats. Not so much weather, but Boston, you want to make sure you'll pay with that. So, Gyiraszin, we'll go 8K and above. That's my boy Dean Kramer, 8K, all the way up to Skeens. We'll talk about it as if he is playing, but obviously stay tuned to the weather. Let's talk about some of your favorite pitchers up in this area. Paul Skeens, 10-6, down to Dean Kramer, 8,000.
Yeah, I mean, Skeens he is the SP1. I mean, if you take salary out, I mean, that's pretty easy to say. He's got a Boston matchup. There's a little bit of weather to be had there. I know Kevin Roth over there's got orange-yellow on it. Said there could be a potential delay, and then the game should play out. But, that's something we're going to have to keep our eye on, because obviously there's 2 pitchers in that game that are definitely interesting. So, but, Skeens being up on top, and then if you want to go down a little bit here to Rodon, I think he's got the White Sox, 27% strikeout matchup here. I don't love it, but I wouldn't say I don't hate it necessarily per se. I just think like for 10-5 today, there's just some other options. And, when I look down the list here, you got Bieber, Snell, Peralta, Kirby. I think Rodon, all of those guys in there, to me, are not too far off in the same ranking for me. I put them all in the same bucket. I mean, if I'm MMEing, I think I would leave them all in, to be truthful, Nades. I mean, Bieber's looked a little better here coming back. I really don't like his matchup against Milwaukee, but damn, he came out last time against a Miami team, had 9 Ks, gave up 1 earned run, a bunch of ground balls. He only gave up 3 fly balls. I mean, dude's obviously in the past was one of the top pitchers, even in DFS there for a few years. I think Snell, I don't really love the matchup against Arizona, but I mean, I think you got to kind of leave him in there, though. I mean, I just don't think that for the price difference from where we're at here, as I mentioned, those guys, I think they're just all in a bunch. But if you're going to get a discount ownership on Snell, I may be looking at him a little bit more. You got Freddie fastball Peralta against a Toronto team that really don't strike out too much. So, I mean, I wouldn't take him out of the pool. I just don't have it ranked up as high. As I said, I think there's some other guys as we're going to move down. I think Kirby's interesting. You got 9,200 against a Cleveland team. I don't mind Kirby at all. And I think Ray right below him, I think, is where I want. I think Robbie Ray's my favorite pitcher, actually, Ham, today. Just looking, I mean, Baltimore sucks against lefties. They're like 3rd worst strikeout percentage. They got the worst WOBA, the worst ISO. they're just not very good. I mean, Robbie Ray to me is my favorite pitcher. We like the park out there in San Francisco. So I think at 9K, Robbie Ray is the guy for me that's my favorite in the bunch. But like I said, the guys above him, I think to me are all, like I said, in the same kind of bucket. I think there's actually a lot of guys you could play today where, it seems like, we're crossing dudes off of slates and we owned up with 5 or 6 guys. I think today the pitching pool is a little bit deeper. And then we get to this Tong guy for the Mets. I mean, I had to look it up and double check, but dude, this dude here can zing the baseball. I mean, he's got a 40% strikeout rate in his 20 starts that he had down in AA. He was at 38% in AAA. So, I mean, obviously he's a strikeout pitcher. So, I mean, he's been mowing everybody down in the 2 levels he's at. So, I mean, to me, I think it's an interesting play. 8,500 to get a Miami team. I think I'd put Tong right in the same kind of play as Robbie Ray for me. I think he's a really good play. I mean, I like the strikeout upside. I don't really know if too many people are going to click his name just because there is some other options. So I'm trying to get a gauge of what I think the ownership will be if he's going to get steamed up. But, I mean, for me, Ray and Tong are 2 guys that I'd be really happy with playing here today in this top tier. I think those would be my favorite 2. Perez has been pretty good. I mean, I just don't like the matchup against the Mets. I mean, the Mets have been really good here in the last month, but, Perez has been getting mid-80s, 90-some pitches. He just, to me, I don't like the upside, but I think he's just been like his floor is really good. I think if you were looking on a slate where you didn't want to get blown up, I think Perez would be pretty good. Kramer, I don't mind Kramer either here today in a park where, out in San Francisco. So I think Kramer isn't bad, to keep in maybe a deeper pool. But, I think there's a lot of options up here. But for me, Ham, I think Robbie Ray's my favorite, and then I go right below him and go to Tong. And I'd be pretty happy only paying 17.5 for my pitchers on DK. And it'd give you a lot of room to buy some bats.
Yeah, you're going to want to buy some of those cubbies for sure. I would agree with you, Gyiraszin. We're on the same page. The one thing I think we disagree is my pool is a little tighter. Like, I don't want Rodon at that price. I don't want Bieber. I don't want Snell. I don't want Peralta. All great pitchers. I just don't like the matchups that they're in. Skeens would be my top. I'm with you. George Kirby, Robbie Ray, and Jonah Tong are 2, 3, and 4 for me. And then, well, I guess he's a little cheaper. I was going to say Peyton Toll's in there too, but he's below 8K. And then, Perez has been balling this season, but he's got a tough matchup with the Mets. But, agree with you. I'm going Skeens, Kirby, Ray, and Tong. I'm with you, Gyiraszin. That little 92, 9,000, 8,500, I think any 2 of those 3 would be great. Let's move on to anyone down below this 8K range, which when I was looking, I didn't really love anybody. I see some love for some Cade Horton in the chat and coming off a 29-point performance. Obviously gets that matchup with the Rockies, but it is in Colorado. He does have 3 27-point games plus. So any love for Cade Horton, Zebby Matthews? We know he can rack up the strikeouts. Peyton Toll making his debut for Boston, gets a good matchup in my opinion with the Pirates, but has that weather. Anybody else down here that you have some interest in? There's one guy that I have interest in that I didn't mention, but go ahead. I'll let you go first.
Yeah, I mean, Horton, you mentioned him. I just don't like his pitch count. He's not getting up there. I think today's too deep of a pitching pool for me to take a chance on a guy like that. I mean, Zebby Matthews, too. I mean, I'd like to like him. He's got some strikeout ability, but just not in that matchup against the Padres. Padres just don't strike out much. So, I mean, I don't want to, I don't want to play like Zebby Matthews. I think I feel like I'm jamming it at this point if I try to look at somebody like Matthews. Tolle, as you mentioned, in his first start. So, I mean, I don't mind him. I feel like, you got 2 guys here tonight with, some unknown upside. I mean, Tolle's got a 36.5 K rate in the minors so far this year. I mean, so, I mean, there's some strikeouts to be had in that Pittsburgh lineup too. So, I mean, I think both rookies are definitely interesting. I don't think I'd put both of them on my team, but I could see me wanting to have a team with either one on all of my teams. I mean, I think both of them are play, especially for the price, 7,600. I mean, I think that one looks good. I think the I think the one interesting one could be Jack Leiter. Like, this dude had all kinds of upside. Everybody was all excited about Jack Leiter. Just didn't come out and perform as he would have probably liked. But I mean, last time out, he had a really good start. I mean, and it gets an A's team that does have some strikeouts. He went 7 innings, had 10 Ks last time out against the Indians team, and 38.5 points. So, Leiter, I think it shouldn't be anybody that's forgotten. I mean, I wouldn't lean too heavily on him, but I do feel like he's somebody that you could use. I mean, Nestor Cortez, too, is somebody here. I mean, maybe for the salary save, if you wanted to go out. I mean, last time out, he did have a decent outing. He had 22 points. I mean, you're only looking at like 6,900. I just don't love it. I think it's really risky. But, I mean, if you're building up some bats and you want to play down here in this bottom tier down here, I mean, I think really Cortez would be somebody, maybe Leiter, Tole where is what I could look at. But other than that, I just don't, nothing really stands out, Ham. I don't want to try to push it. I mean, maybe you could look at somebody like Logan Allen too, if you wanted to go that far. But man, I just, I don't know. I just don't love anything down here, but I think Leiter is maybe somebody that you could go to against the A's. I mean, we obviously don't like the park, but there's definitely some strikeouts that I think Leiter could get in that lineup. So, yeah, well, I mean, it's an interesting pitching slate, actually, I think. I mean, you got all kinds of options. I think, there's some chances to be had. There's some unknowns to be had. I mean, we're getting that time of the year, Nate. It's going to be it's getting to be September 1st, and we're going to have everybody's going to have 40 guys on their roster. So, we're going to be seeing a lot of this coming forward here. But, I mean, I think with the rookies today, the 2 high strikeout upside guys at, 8,500 to 7,600, I think are definitely interesting. But for me, Robbie Ray is my favorite overall, all the way around the horn, Ham. I think Ray is the guy I'd go for. I mean, Baltimore's just been so bad against lefties.
So bad. We love the park. I was in San Francisco earlier this week. It gets like daggum 50 degrees at night. This tough for that ball to fly around. And then, Nasty Nestor. I know my guy Pojin, DJ and Stoner said something about him in the chat. You mentioned him as well. $6,900. Twins, not very good. I know they had a good night the other night against Eric Lauer, but give me some Nasty Nestor on the road in Minnesota. Excellent breakdown there, Gyiraszin. We're going to go through all 12 of these games. I got our proprietary Stone pulled up over here. We're going to go game by game. We got a good one. First game north of the border. We got the Brewers heading into the Blue Jays heading into Toronto to take on the Blue Jays. You talked about fastball Freddie earlier. I really like Freddie Peralta, the pitcher. Shane Bieber in his first game out. Got the pick on the Marlins, but you're not in Miami anymore, Shane. You're back home taking on this Brew Crew, one of the best teams in the show. Any love for any of these bats, Gyiraszin? Got 2 quality pitchers, but both bats, Blue Jays, been very, very good against righties at home. Talk to me about this game.
Yeah, I mean, we got a low total, 7.5. I respect both pitchers. I think they both been pitching pretty well. But, I mean, if I had to like either of the side, I'd actually probably side with the Jays against fastball Freddie. I mean, he's been walking almost 11% of his lefties. His fly ball percentage is up at like 30%. In the last 30 days, he's been up at 33% against lefties. So like Varsho, who's been really hot in recent times, maybe look at something like that. But I think on a 12-game slate, and the game was 7.5 total, I just I don't think there's any reason for me to try to jam that.
Yeah. I don't hate some minis or one-offs. You see the Blue Jays over here. I mean, George Springer looks very good, low strike, under 20K or under 20% in the K range. These guys, Alejandro Kirk doesn't strike out 6%. That's very, very good for him. So I don't hate these Jays as maybe a contrarian. Like I said, they've been very good at home versus righties. Fastball Freddie, you said he walks a bunch of people. So, yeah, give me these Blue Jays minis and don't hate the Brewers either. Like I said, Shane Bieber, first game back was against the Marlins, dominated them, and now he's got a tougher matchup. Moving on to the next game, those aforementioned Miami Marlins going into the Mets. I love Jonah Tong tonight. He's been balling all season. Leads the minors in strikeout percentage. We get a look at him tonight. I like pitchers in this park, but Any interest in any of these Mets bats? I don't think you will, but any interest in either bats from the Marlins or the Mets?
No, Yuri Perez has been pretty good, even though the Mets have been absolutely crushing the baseball here in the last month. I don't have any interest. I mean, Perez does get the ball. The ball gets up in the air. I mean, he's at almost 38% fly balls, but I mean, he's just a guy that doesn't get beat up all that much. So I don't like the upside. We got another. I mean, that's another game there with a total of 7.5. I just think there's better spots to be had here today.
Yep, on a 12-game slate, you got to cross some games out. I'm with you on this. Two good pitchers. Don't love the park. Going to go to the next one, which is another one we may cross off as well. But got Skeens, got the Pirates taking on Boston. Any bats here that you can think of that you could play as maybe a one-off?
No, I mean, you get a lot. You can get some leverage off, using any Red Sox. I mean, at that point, I mean, maybe Roman Anthony if you wanted to, or Duran if you want to do something like that. But I don't particularly love it, but I mean, I just think on a slate like today, I mean, the later games we're going to see, I mean, all the East Coast games it's getting chilly. I mean, shit, it's only like 60 some degrees here in Michigan. So, yeah, it's getting to be a little colder outside. We're getting to that time of year, but it's still warm out there in the West Coast, as we're going to see as we get a little deeper. The over-unders are all 9, 10, 11. But here in these early games here, we're looking at 7.5. It's just another one that we don't need to be jamming.
Yep, would agree with you, especially with the weather. Don't need to be jamming it. Next game, might have some interest in some of these bats, but Mariners. I was thinking the game was in Seattle. It's actually in Cleveland, but the Mariners going to Cleveland to take on this ball club. Logan Allen, you mentioned him. Mariners have been pretty putrid versus left-handed pitching over the last 30 days, but any love for any of these Mariners bats? Cal Raleigh's put up a 50-piece this year in the bomb department. Any love for Mariners or these Guardian sticks?
I mean, the Mariners look a little bit interesting to me. Logan Allen just doesn't really strike anybody out. The righties, he's at like 16% here so far this year. I mean, his fly ball rate is up at 26.5, which is not terrible. But I mean, he's been getting barreled up too this year, 10%. By righties. I mean, you look at a Rosarania, Raleigh, Rodriguez, Eugenio. I mean, they all got power, even Mitch Garver up there at the top. So, I mean, I don't mind it. I just don't have it up at the top of my list. But, I mean, they definitely have some power against lefties. So, I don't mind that. And he's not striking anybody out. So, yeah, definitely an interesting one. But, like I said, I think there's some better spots. I might have it just outside my top 5. But I think the Mariners are definitely something you should keep in your mind.
Yeah, Mariners have a ton of pop. You said it. Suarez is a notable lefty masher, just has mashed lefty pitching for quite some time, especially when he was in a Reds uniform. So going back to Ohio, maybe he takes Logan Allen deep again today. And you said it. Logan doesn't miss bats. Only a 19% K rate at home this season. So you got the Mariners. I'm with you there. No Guardians for me. I think I like George Kirby a little bit. Next up, we got the Bronx Bombers who hit 17 home runs. Feels like in the last game that they played, taking on this White Sox team. Any love for these Bronx Bombers? Taking on Gomez, who's this absolute gas can of a pitcher. But Yankees at the White Sox. Any bats for the White Sox if we're not playing Rodon?
Yeah, I'm not really interested in any of the White Sox. I think the lefties for the Yankees are definitely interesting here today against Mr. Gomez here, who does have some walk issues, major control issues. I mean, he's at 14% walk rate so far this year against righties, 10% to lefties. Not really getting too many strikeouts, especially on the left side. He's down at 16%. His fly ball percentage, 31.5, almost 36% to the right side. So he's not keeping the ball on the ground. And he's definitely not striking anybody out here. I mean, he's getting barreled up at 13% by lefties. I mean, this is not a team you want to be getting barreled up quite a bit. I mean, the Yankees got all kinds of power. So, I mean, Rice, Jazz, Bellinger, I think McMahon, even Austin Wells at the bottom of that lineup. Volpe is probably the only one I wouldn't play. I think I could hit better in Volpe playing with one of them big bats, red bats, Ham, them ones that boom when you hit the ball. And they get that big white ball. I could smack the shit out of it probably better than Volpe. But, yeah, I mean, I think the Yankees are interesting. We know they've been hitting a bunch of homers. I mean, we talked about it a couple times. Like, the Yankees could put up 6 or 7 runs, but if they hit 4 or 5 homers, they're probably going to be on the winner over a Royals team who could score 11 runs and single in like the Brewers. They single you and double you to death. But, I mean, Yankees are definitely a team that can get you to the top. I think it's interesting, and I like some lefties.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Avery. I don't mind some of these minis. I think you said no White Sox, but I don't mind a little righty trio pack of White Sox. I don't love this lineup, right? You get my boy, I forget the rookie's name, Chase Montgomery. He's a lefty, so it looks like he's not going to be in the projected lineup. I don't like that. So I don't know, Avery. Now that I look at this is just projected, right? So this isn't a confirmed lineup, but not a lot of power. Not a lot of power in these righties, so maybe I'm a little lower than I initially thought. We'll wait and see. Wait till we see that lineup. Moving on to the next game. I think we're going to have some interest here, at least I am. You got almost a 9+ total in here. You got the Angels taking on Christian Javier. You got the Astros taking on the gift that keeps on giving and Tyler Anderson. Tyler was actually decent last Friday night. I think he was playing the Cubs, Gyiraszin. There was a lot of chatter back and forth about that, but any interest in these Angels bats taking on Javier, or any interest in these Angels bats Astros bats taking on Tyler Anderson?
Yeah, I mean, Anderson is interesting. I mean, he's just been up and down a little bit. You said he had a decent game last time out, but I mean, he just doesn't strike anybody out. He's below MLB average, 18% all the way across the board. I mean, his ground ball percentage is low, his fly ball percentage is high, but it's higher to the left side. I mean, it's kind of weird. He strikes out, 18.5% of the righties, 16.5%. But, I mean, he's been getting barreled up more by lefties, actually, 12.5% to 10%. A little bit odd, but, man, I would rather, obviously play the Astros when they can use their all-righty lineup. I mean, I'd rather them, against a lefty than a righty. Anderson, that bullpen's absolutely trash, too. So we know that. But, I mean, I don't mind Anderson at all. I think it's something here that is definitely in play. I'm not sure how high I'd have to rank it up. I'd have to start writing them all down. I don't got to do the slate plan today, Ham. So, I didn't have to write down, all that info and have them all ranked out here before I came on. But, man, I tell you what, I really think the Astros are definitely interesting here against Anderson. I don't mind it at all. I mean, they get Alvarez back. I don't even mind him against lefties either. I mean, that dude's got some pop. So, yeah, Astros for me, I think we'll put them in my top 5.
Yeah, I actually did a slate plan today. I did not rank the Astros in the top 5. I'll give a little sneak peek. I think there's a lot of other teams that I like more than them. Not that they're a bad play, but there's a bunch of good teams out there tonight. And yeah, Montgomery I think he's actually hitting 4th, Ross K, but double check me on that. He is in the lineup. I think he's hitting 4th. Maybe he's hitting 5th, but that lineup is out. We just haven't updated it yet on our side. Yeah, I think this game goes over the posted total. I think there's a, as my boy Rio would say, a shootout tonight in Houston. We are going to have a liftoff in Houston tonight with a bunch of runs. Absolutely. Next up, you want to talk about a shootout, Gyiraszin? I think this is the one right here. Chris, don't call me a gas can. Paddock taking on Seth Lugo. I don't think Seth Lugo can throw it over 90 miles an hour. I like both of these offenses. I have them both in the top 5. What about you? Any love for any Tigers or Royals?
I mean, I like the lefties, Riley Green, Kerry Carpenter against Lugo. I mean, I'd have the Tigers just maybe around my 5 or so if I thinking about it. I mean, Lugo does get beat up a little bit. I mean, you look at his, numbers against lefties. I mean, it's not the greatest. I mean, his K percentage is at 18%, ISO 246, WOBA 368. He's getting barreled up at 12.5%. Green, Carpenter, Colt Keith, McKinstry, even Wenzel Perez. I think Sweeney would be about the only guy I don't think I'd really want to play. But, I mean, the Royals for me, are really tough to play. I know Paddock just hasn't been very good at all, but the only times he got beat up was against his old team. The Twins are the 2 times he really got raked over. But, man, his strikeout percentage has been really bad. Ground balls have been okay. I mean, his fly balls have been down to the right side at 24%. But, I mean, to me, overall, the Royals just, to me, don't have enough power, Ham, for me to feel like they can help me win a slate. I don't feel like anybody's going to hit 2 homers. I just don't feel like, I mean, you might get homers here and there, but I just don't feel like on a bigger slate, the Royals can get the job done. I'm a little hesitant on the Tigers, too. I just feel like, there could be a little bit of pinch hit risk in part of that lineup. But I just like Cole Keith could possibly get pinch hit for. Carpenter's even been pinch hit for. But yeah, I think it's interesting, the Tigers. But the Royals, I've always said it on these slates, they're just hard for me to play. They just don't feel, and especially on a big slate like this, they're just one of the teams I would just price. I would just walk right on by them. And if everybody else likes them, I feel like it's a good thing. So I don't care if everybody likes them or not, Ham. I just don't. I won't play the Royals.
Yeah, we're not showing too much ownership. Now, this could change. But, yeah, Bobby's going to get some ownership for sure. I think Carpenter and Green kind of get some ownership every night. I think their ownership will be higher than that, too. I need to check other sources for some ownership percentages. But, yeah, I love this game. I think it shoots out. And, yeah, Jake, Tyler Anderson is some hot garbage. I agree with you there. I just don't like chalky Astros. They let us down, I feel like, all weekend or all week against the Rockies. Yeah, Vinny P's been balling out of control. Absolutely. Going to be a home run Kirby tonight for Cleveland. Don't know what that means, Travis. But I like George Kirby. I think you're maybe saying that you don't. But, hey, that's the beauty of this sport. Moving on to the next game. Got the Padres. You said it earlier. They just refuse to strike out. They just don't do it. Luis Arraez in almost 200 plate appearances has struck out 2.9%. That's pretty remarkable. I don't even think Tony Gwynn could do that. But got the Padres taking on Zebby. Got Nasty Nestor. Hey, he's been prone to give up the long ball. We saw Brian Buxton the last time he faced a lefty north of the border. All he did was go yard. Luke Keyshaw went yard. I think Brooks Lee went yard that game. They were balling last time against the lefty. But any love for any of these Padres or maybe some of these Twins, minis, or one-offs, Gyiraszin?
I mean, the Padres bullpen's pretty good. I mean, Nestor, if you want to look at him, I mean, he's been getting absolutely blistered by left-handed bats, so far this year. I mean, 31 plate appearances. He's been getting barreled up almost 28.5%. That's bad. 43% fly balls, 39% to the right side. He's got 19% ground ball rate, a 453 WOBA against lefties. That's terrible. But, I mean, Nestor, I mean, like he's up or down, he's hit or miss. But as you said, I mean, I think today I do like a Byron Buxton. I think that's interesting. I like Jeffers too at the top, so I don't mind some Minnesota bats here. I mean, what Buxton led off the game yesterday, I think, with a homer, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah. I mean, I don't mind them. I wouldn't say I love it. It's not in the top of my list, but I mean, I could see a reason why. If you think Cortez sucks, you want to go after Cortez, go ahead. I just lay a little caution. The bullpen's pretty good. But other than that, I mean, you get some cheap Twins bets if you want to do many of the Twins. That's for sure.
100% agree with you. If you want to play the Twins, I think the only way to do it is to go either a one-off or a two-man, because once you get to the 5th or 6th inning, Gyiraszin, it's just game over. Like their relievers are the best of the biz. What's his name? Mason Miller or whatever. And then you just, the list goes on and on. So if Nestor goes 4 or 5 scoreless or, even 4 or 5 runs, like it's game over once you get to there. My guy, Jake Swells, 100% says that Christian Walker is going to hit a home run. Jake, I hope you're right. And I hope you're putting some money on it if you're in a state that allows legalized gambling. But we're going to build us a home run parlay. Maybe include Christian Walker in there, Gyiraszin, at the end of the show. Moving on to the next game. How many games we got left? 4 games left. Do us a favor. Hit that like. Hit that subscribe button. We're rolling in here. My guy Gyiraszin in for Nades, who's out partying in somewhere in Wisconsin with all his fellow Brewers and Badgers and Bucks fans alike. But you got probably I would say some of the chalkiest to chalk all season. You got the Cubs going into Colorado to take on Yerman Marquez, who has been absolutely brutal this year. I said it last Friday night, Gyiraszin, when the Cubs were taking on Tyler Anderson. If not now, Chicago Cubs win. You got the park. You got the pitcher. You got 27 outs. Let's talk a little bit about this game and, how are you attacking this Cubs team with the chalk against Marquez, and then any love for maybe some of these Rockies bats?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to ignore some Cubbies when they get out there to Coors Field. I mean, Herman is terrible. I mean, he's coming back off the IL, so who knows even how long he's going to end up going. So we're going to get a pretty decent part of that bullpen. So I think the Cubbies are in a really good spot. I mean, to me, they're obviously a top 3 stack here tonight, being out there in a game total 11. I mean, the Rockies just been god awful. I mean, they've just been giving up all kinds of runs here. I mean, you're looking at you're sitting there looking at the Cubs. They almost got a team total just shy of 7. So yeah, I mean, they're definitely somebody you look at playing. I mean, as far as the Rockies go, I mean, I give a little bit of respect to Horton. He's got, ground ball lean. He's not really a strikeout pitcher, even though his last 30 days he's looked pretty good as far as strikeouts go. They've been up for overall for the whole year. His last 30 days been looking really good. So I don't know if he figured a little something out, but he's been just shy of 30% to lefties to strike out, 27.5 to the righties. I mean, getting barreled up a little bit more to the right side here in recent times, actually all season in the last 30 days, 9% compared to 3% to the lefties. But I mean, I think it's a decent. I just don't really love the upside for the K upside for him as far as Horton. I see somebody ask me, Travis, if we talked about Horton, so giving you a little extra tidbit there. But I don't love it, but I respect him enough to where I'm not looking at any Rockies.
Yeah, Rockies is just so brutal. I listed him in the slate plan, Kate Horton, that is. He was, I think, number 6 for me. We have him, where do we have him ranked? We have him ranked number 7 in our pitcher rankings today. Like you said, pitch count kind of gets him, but man, I think if you play these Cubs, like you got to play. I said it last week too. You can't. Justin Turner gets 2 at bats and they're pulling him, but I think Lieutenant Dansby Swanson, you can play him. He has stolen base and home run upside. Matt Shaw. I say if you're playing these Cubby Bears, you get some of these guys in here, like an Ian Happ, like 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, or something like that, where you're getting a little bit different. That's just the way I would play it. Moving on to the next game, going Sacktown. Someone put in the chat, it was 90 degrees, wind blowing out. We picked on this AAA ballpark all season. We got Jack Leiter on the mound, coming off a 38-point performance, as you just alluded to. Hung up a 10 spot his last time out. Jeffrey Springs, kind of been up and down. Rangers, all they did, Gyiraszin, was put up 3 touchdowns the last time they played 20, I think a 20 spot against somebody a couple games ago. But any love for these Rangers? Any love for any of these Athletics?
I mean, Springs, a low strikeout guy, below MLB average, 19%. I mean, his ISO to the right side's been at 212. Ground balls, doesn't really get too many ground balls. Fly ball percentage a little higher to the right side. So, I mean, they do have some high strikeouts guys over there against lefties and Duran, Garcia. So, I mean, a little bit interesting there. I mean, you got a clash, but I think it's with Springs not missing any bats with Texas. I don't particularly have it ranked too high, but I mean, we love the park. Obviously, we got a total 10.5, second highest on the board. I don't like the Rangers as much as I think I should with Springs, but I don't know. I just don't like the Rangers here really in this spot here against them. Like you said, they're 2 of their better hitters there in the 2-3 hole, Duran and Garcia. I mean, have some high strikeouts. I mean, maybe Langford, I think, is somebody I could play, but I just don't like the bottom part of that lineup either with Hellman, Heim, Smith, Higagosha, Cody Freeman. It just worries me. I just don't like the length of that lineup.
Yeah, not some household names. I did not see it. Maybe I missed it. Is Corey Seager and Simeon hurt, or what's going on with them?
Simeon's hurt. Seager might be sitting out because they're against the lefty. That could be the reason.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see what lineup comes out. I don't think one has been posted yet, and yeah, I don't see him in the projected lineup. Maybe he got hurt. Who knows? But yeah, someone in the chat may know. But yeah, what about those A's? I know you liked Leader a little bit.
Seager had his appendix taken out. Damn, that wasn't on the bingo card.
Oh, I did. Now that you say that, I did say that, and I just forgot about it. Yeah, I forgot it was him. So yeah, he's out. What about my guy Nick the Stick? You know, he hit 3 bombs in one game. Any love for these Athletics, or you just crossing them off?
I don't mind the A's. I mean, you could look at some A's. I mean, I wouldn't, forget them. I mean, I don't have them up in the top of my pool here, but I mean, Leiter is somebody that, he hasn't been, it's not like this guy's been really good. I mean, he's about average with strikeouts, but he's been getting bombed by righties. His WOBA's at 335 against righties. I mean, his fly ball percentage, 32%. He's been getting barreled up quite a bit. He's at 11% barrel, up almost 12% in the last 30 days against righties. He even gets barreled up by lefties. So, I just feel like it's a risk. But man, Nick Kurtz's WOBA at 503 is definitely stands out. I mean, he's gonna strike out, or he's gonna hit the ball really hard at somebody. But Leiter did pitch pretty well last time out, so I think it's a little bit risky. But I mean, Leiter did get beat up at the beginning part of the year.
Yeah, he really did. I always like picking on pitchers that had a really good home start, now go on the road. I wish he was getting a little bit more ownership than I think we all think the park and the opponent will limit his ownership, so I don't love him as much today as I normally would. My guy hebrewcheetah shows up at the end, Gyiraszin. He just shows up at the end, wants free home run. He is part of the home run parlay. You can't show up for it. You got to give us the picks, Rio. We're going to try to give it to people like we did last week. Just 4. That's all we need. Just 4 guys to hit a bomb. Just make a cool couple bucks. So we'll go from there. I think we got, 1 game left? 2 games left. Got the D-backs, a team that I stacked all week against the Brewers. Mixed results. But got the D-backs, been pretty good against lefties. Got Blake Snell on the hill. We know he can rack up Ks with the best of them. Can also rack up the walks as well. So how much will they let him pitch? Any love? We didn't really love Zach Gallen. It's Friday night. It's the Dodgers. Hoop somewhere near you. Gyiraszin in Detroit. Probably going to stack these Dodgers. Any love for the D-backs? Any love for the Dodgers renewing this AL or NL West rivalry?
I mean, I really like Shohei. I mean, Gallen isn't striking out too many lefties. So, I mean, that stands out for me, sitting up there at the top with his 419 WOBA. Gallen 17% strikeout rate to lefties. So I think that's definitely something that I'd be looking at, 31% fly ball rate. So, I mean, I think, that's somebody I like. I mean, Freeman, I think somebody I like. I just don't really love it. That bullpen sucks, though, for Arizona, too. So, but, I mean, maybe the Dodgers get it together. You definitely get them low. But, man, that bottom part of that lineup, it just isn't something I really like. I mean, hey, Kiki, do you love me? He might be getting back in there, too. So, Pajes, Hernandez, I mean, I don't mind that. Conforto, I think, is probably one guy I wouldn't really play. But, I mean, I don't mind the Dodgers here. I wouldn't say that I got them ranked in my top 5, but I wouldn't discount them for sure.
Yeah, I didn't rank them either. Man, you look at this I love the Diamondbacks lineup, but when you got my boy Blaze Alexander, some guy Vargas, Tyler Locklear, Alec Thomas, man, they're pretty brutal down there. That's like, I don't know, what's 4 times 3, 12? That's like 9 Ks right there. Maybe one-offs only for the Diamondbacks. Then, yeah, the thing with the Dodgers is, Mookie Betts sucks. Your boy always Mookie sucks. You run Mookie, Gyiraszin.
I did. Well, this year, I don't know what's something wrong with him, man.
Those Nashville boys, man, we fade. But Shohei's obviously good. You just can't stack the Dodgers. I guess you can a little bit now that they haven't been as good, but it's more Shohei one-offs. And if you wanted a full stack him, I think you'd have to do some of those other guys. Yeah, Conforto, the corpse of Michael Conforto. He's like Jock Peterson level for me now. What Travis? It's Friday. It's the Dodgers. Wake up to that moolah. That's the way to do it. You just go to bed. Hey, Rio can't do it. Rio's on the West Coast too, but he has to stay up, Gyiraszin. He's barely 30. Me and you, we go to bed. We wake up to see what we do. Those young cats, they stay up all night watching these games, but I go to bed. I go to bed.
I go to bed a lot of times, unless there's good reason to stay up. But, then when you stay up, like, the other night I almost shipped the Grand Slam last Sunday on FanDuel, came in like 3rd or something. And Adolis Garcia walks in the 9th inning and steals a bag, and I get passed. I was just like, son of a pop. Like, Come on, man.
The stone worst.
Yeah. I mean, a walk, too. He didn't even get a hit. He freaking walked. It was like a 10-pitch bat. And I was just like, all right. I'm still good. And then he steals the bag. And I'm like, are you serious right now? He stole? I was so pissed.
Yeah. JT says the Dodgers are going to put up 10. So you got JT thinks the Dodgers are going to put up 10. I think that's I don't know. I don't have the Dodgers ranked that high, but hey, you never know. We got Shohei ranked pretty high.
It's a pretty open slate today, Ham. I mean, it's not like a slate we've seen to where everybody's getting pulled, and we got a Coors Field game. I think there's a lot of options, a lot of different pitching options today. So kind of an interesting slate. I think it's a good one, actually. I think today you don't got to really think too much about ownership. I think there's enough pieces everywhere where it's going to be pretty spread out, I feel, across the board. I mean, Robbie Ray being chalky, I think that is – and I don't even think he's going to be that chalky, to be truthful.
Yeah, it's 12 games outside of the Cubs. Should be pretty spread around. My guy Higo, I hope I pronounced that right. He knows. First move, you go to the 3 lefties every day. Conforto, Peterson, and the corpse of Alex Verdugo, who's playing, I think, some independent ball somewhere. You take those 3 out, you're off to a good start. You're off and running. The man himself has spoken. Adolis is going yard, he says. So we'll include him in the home run parlay. Last game on the slate, Robbie Ray, number 1 in the pitcher rankings, number 1 in Gyirazin's rankings. Taking on this Orioles team. Look at that blood red that we see. It looks like a shark has gotten a hold of that lineup versus lefties. Pretty good sample as well for a lot of those guys. If Robbie Ray can avoid the walk issues, should be a good play. So I don't think you're going to have any Orioles bats. I think you like Dean Kramer a little bit. Any love for any of these Giants one-offs? Ross V. Devers coming off a 66 FanDuel point night. Double dong and a couple extra ribs? Any love for any of these Giants or Giants one-offs?
No, I don't. I mean, the bet, it's not a good park. I just don't love it at all. I don't even think you're going to get enough to get any to leverage. I think Kramer is pretty good. I think it's a good spot for Kramer, especially out there in San Francisco. Giants just aren't really that good. But, yeah, I think it's an interesting spot here for Kramer maybe. But other than that, I'm going to pass. Robbie Ray, good spot here. So both sides of this game, I'd rather have the pitching.
All right, Gyiraszin, that's all 12 games. Non-favorite, non-Cub stack, like full 5-man or 4-man stack, depending on site. Who you got?
Favorite non-Cub stack, I will go with I'll go with the Spankies. I mean, they're just too hard to ignore.
You got the Yankees. I'm going to go – I know you don't like them. I'm going to go the Royals. I like the Royals tonight. Favorite 9. What about another stack, maybe like a low-owned sneaky stack that's maybe facing a good pitcher?
A low-owned sneaky stack. I think the low-owned sneaky stack I'd say is, for me, let's go Twins, just because they're cheap. I think, you could get a pretty good pitching combo and use some Twins to fill out some of them infield spots and get some pretty good 5-man around that. So I'm going to go Twins.
Against Nasty Nestor, the man has spoken. All right, it's the moment everybody's been waiting for. They've waited 49 minutes for this, Gyiraszin. We got to put a home run parlay for them together. Once again, we are not a betting site, but we love to throw in a home run parlay at the end of the show. Do you have any home run calls, or you want me to give one and then I'll let you go?
I do have one. I'm going with Jazz. Jazz Chisholm going to hit a home run tonight.
Jazz Chisholm right there. Looks like we have him in the 6th spot. I don't know if that lineup is out yet. Jazz Chisholm, he says, is going yard tonight. I'm going to go to my favorite team, one team that I like a lot. I'm going to go to my boy batting 4th, Michael Garcia, to go yard tonight against Chris Paddock. Gives up a ton of fly balls to both sides of the plate. Michael Garcia, we're going to sprinkle in some Jazz. We're going to sprinkle in some Adolis Garcia from my guy Rio. Go a little three-man, 3-gamer right there tonight. There it is, Adolis batting 3rd against Jeffrey Springs. That'll do it for us. That's all 12 games. We certainly appreciate you tuning in. Make sure you hit that like. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We'll be back on Monday. I'll be back on Monday doing a quick hit video. Do a quick hit video on Sunday as well. For my guy Gyiraszin, I'm Ham. We'll see you at the top of the leaderboards. Let's ship it.